each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Yeah, it's never too early for horror. Oh, oh. Do do other people feel like you should be responsible for other people's triggers? Because I don't. I don't feel like I should be responsible for somebody else's triggers. Although, although there's got to be a space in that. And I'm bringing this up because see, people they lied. So people lied to me. I call them out on it, and I so I push my weight around, and so he's like, "Well, that's triggering because I'm a domestic abuse." Well, I have to deal with triggers all fucking day long, so I don't. Um, People do lying to me triggers me. I don't know. Find a happy balance in there, but it ain't gonna be today. I'm fucking cranky. I'm cranky today. I try and get out of my crankiness, but I don't know. I just don't give a fuck today. I mean, I give a fuck, but so I should probably watch what I say today. I've already had to make one amend, which I didn't really feel like I should have to make, but I get it. I get it. If it can't turn into appeasement. It can't be appeasement, man. I won't do that. So, where do we find that balance? Not only that, but I don't want my words to hurt other people. So, you know, so you do gotta kind of watch what you say and how you say it if you really want to get anywhere. So, yeah. Ah, personally, I still think they're full of shit. I know bullshit when I see it. I just do. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. This is why I don't work for other people. This is exactly why. Because I don't know. There's also a point where, you know, you got to be responsible for your triggers, man. They're not other people's responsibility. And I said, when I push my weight around, to me, that has nothing to do with domestic violence, but maybe that was said to that person, right? I'm just trying to take the other side so I'm not a dick about it because I'm certainly an advocate against domestic violence. Absolutely, I am. So, but good morning. Good morning. The good news is it is true. The Chiefs suck ass when the reps aren't on their side. I didn't watch it. I I saw no reason to watch people. I don't like watching commercials. I don't get that. The halftime person was way I never even heard of. So I hope everybody enjoyed the spectacle. I'm sure there were some good moments, like when Taylor Swift was booed. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm neither for Taylor Swift or against Taylor Swift. I don't know her well enough to give a fuck. I just don't. We're going to start on page 52. Please, I will do my best to not be Mr. Cranky Pants. So, but I'm going to be doing no work today. There's going to be no work being done today. I'll probably do this and unplug my computer. Of course, I'll probably go live again later. I don't know. I don't know. I may not even go to a meeting today. Sucks. There aren't any really good meetings. See, there I am going being cranky again. Let's get to the book and see if we can find Dion an attitude change. Let's do that. I'm going to start on page 52 with the bedevilments. The reading is on page 53 today, but I always like to go back or read a little bit more forward. And this is probably a good thing for Dion today, realizing that I do not run the show. Sometimes I'm still 13 years old and I tend to push my boundaries. So, all right, we had to ask ourselves why we shouldn't apply to our human problem the same readiness to change our point of view. We were having trouble with personal relationships. We couldn't control our emotional natures. We were prey to misery and depression. We couldn't make a living. We had a feeling of uselessness. We were full of fear. We were unhappy. We couldn't seem to have been real help to other people. Was this not the basic solution of our bedevilments more important than whether we should see new reels of lunar flight? Of course it was. Yeah, I don't know that I will want to do anything by 6. We will see. I might just take a day-long nap. I may just go ahead and take a day-long nap and oh, thank you. I got it. Got it. I thought that was on Thursdays for some reason. So, the bedevilments is, when I hear people, because I hear a lot in the meetings lately, even therapists are saying, well, you're a high bottom drunk. That and qualifying alcoholism, and it needs to stop. There is no qualification of alcoholism. There's alcoholism, and there it is right there. Nowhere does it say that you had 2 cars in the garage. Nowhere does it mention age. Nowhere does it mention anything materialistic. No. This is what I would call a landing spot where we can all kind of be. When we saw others solve the problems by simple reliance upon the spirit of the universe, we had to stop doubting the power of God. Our ideas did not work, but the God idea did. That's a little bit closer to my time. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, that'd be why. Because it's at 5 p.m. I'll be busy. I'll be busy. Oh, right. So all my best ideas got me here. That's kind of what this is saying. And, it's hard to trust. It's hard for an alcoholic to trust, especially when we get here. We've been blowing trust. Other people have been blowing trust with us. Da da da. There's a million different things to that one, but we could trust the process. We could trust what we were seeing in other people because it was happening literally right in front of us, right? So that's where trust can start, is if we can trust the process and see that it's working in other people. Will it work for you also? Yes, but it may look different. It may look out of sorts, not out of sorts, but different. The Wright brothers' almost childish faith that they could build a machine which would fly the mainspring of their accomplishment. Without that, nothing could have happened. We agnostic and atheists were sticking to the idea that self-sufficiency would solve our problems. When others showed us that God sufficiently worked with them, we began to feel those who had been insisted the Wright brothers would never fly. Logic is great stuff. We liked it. We still like it. It is not by chance we were given the power to reason, to examine the evidence of our senses, and to draw conclusions. This is one of man's magnificent attributes. We agnostically inclined would not feel satisfied with a proposal which does not lend itself to a reasonable approach and interpretation. Hence, we are at pains to tell why our present faith is reasonable, why we think it more sane and logical to believe than not to believe. Why we say our former way of thinking was soft and mushy when we threw up our hands in doubt and said, we don't know. There it is, the first honest thing we say in AA. I don't know. Well, let's get in some good stretching here. Yeah, the first thing, it's that gift of desperation that gets us here, and we throw up our hands and we're like, and our former way of thinking was soft and mushy. You know, um, I don't have anything on that. I was waiting to see if anything was coming to me, but nothing came. This might just be me reading today. I'm gonna be very careful on my opinions today. I'm too cranky. I'm getting intrusive thoughts that I just know are not. I know that they're not right. So, um, when we became alcoholics, crushed by self-imposed crisis we could not postpone or evade, we had to fearlessly face the proposition that God either is everything or he is nothing. God either is or he isn't. What was our choice to be? Here again, we are at a black and white situation. Um, you know, you can't kind of believe in God. You can't rely and defy God at the same time. You know, even when we're defying God, that is a sort of faith. At least you're believing in something bigger than you. And gosh, that's a good start, at least. You know, um, arrived at this point, we were squarely confronted with the question of faith. We couldn't duck the issue. Some of us had already walked far over the bridge of reason toward the desired shore of faith. The outlines and the promise of new lands have brought luster to tired eyes and fresh courage to flagging spirits. Friendly hands had stretched out in welcome. We were grateful that reason has brought us so far, but somehow we couldn't quite step ashore. Perhaps we had been leaning too heavily on reason that last mile, and we did not like to lose our support. Sorry. Just, I can't let go that somebody says that I'm triggering them, especially when it's from a health professional. Therapy is a good option. It just, all right. At the same time, she's a good person. I just want to fight. Well, I feel a little gaslit too. But whose problem is that? Right? See, thank God for these things. Otherwise, these thoughts would just be in my head. And you know what would happen? I would start to justify it. Back. I would I would go back because I got the proof that people lied to me. I had the proof. I still go throw it in their face. No, somebody's blowing smoke up my ass. Okay. I was I was in I was in finance for fucking years and I know bullshit when I see bullshit. They told me that my stuff didn't work because it was blurry, and I went and I still had my copies. It wasn't blurry at all, and it was a lie. Right? Then they had me sign this, sign that. I'm like, okay, I want direct deposit. I signed the thing for direct. Oh well, we don't have it. I'm like, now they're gonna mail it to me like I'm some fucking fool or something. You know, No, these are the what I see is people with with a little bit of power pushing other people around because they want revenge. It's not much different than people that handle my child support cases who are owed child support. Okay. So, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I already made an amend. I gotta make an amend. It's a requirement. It's a requirement if I'm gonna keep any. So what am I gonna do? Nothing. I'm gonna do nothing. When it gets here, I'll sign it. I'll go cash my check. But I tell you this, I will not forget, and it'll be added. We'll see. Nothing needs to be done about it right now, right? I did what I needed to do. So that was natural. But let us think a little more closely. Without knowing it, have we not been brought to where we stood by a certain kind of faith? Yeah, the faith of alcohol, right? The the faith of our own reliability, the faith of our own knowledge. For for did we not believe in our own reasoning? No, I just reasoned something out. Do I believe in it? I do. But it was a healthy process way of doing it, right? Did we not have confidence in our ability to think? What was that but a sort of faith? Yes, we have been faithful, objectively faithful to the God of reason. So in one way or another, we discovered that faith had been involved all the time. We found too that we had been worshipers, worshipers of drama. Alcoholics love drama. We love drama. Drama gives me a great excuse to drink. It's also a deflection. Yeah, hey, look what's going on over there. Look what's going on. Look, you see that? Do you see what's going on over there? Why are the cops outside? You know they're not there for you. We still got to check because they might be there for me. Probably not, right? So that was one thing that I kind of had to let go of was the drama. And boy, does drama like to start in AA. That does. I see it all the time. I'll watch people in meetings intentionally break rules to get attention. I see it happen all the time. Even though there aren't really any rules, right? Yeah, we see it happen all the time. You know, have I done it? Yes, I have. You know, in the beginning, I may have messed up or whatever. You know, but oh well, we love it. Alcoholics love drama. We'll go after and if a person's new, oh, they're really going to love that drama because then the focus isn't on them anymore. You know. Um, anyway, we'll leave that at that. Yeah, drama, drama, drama. Save the drama for your mama. We found too that we had been worshipers. What a state of mental goose flesh that had to bring on. Had we not variously worshiped people, sentiment, things, money, and ourselves? And then, with a better motive, had we not worshipfully behold the sunset, the sea, or a flower? Who of us had not loved something or somebody? How much did these feelings, these loves, these worships have to do with pure reason? And it didn't have nothing to do with it. Nothing. Little or nothing we saw at last. Were not these things the tissue out of which our lives were constructed? Did not these feelings, after all, determine the course of our existence? It was impossible to say we had no capacity for faith or love or worship. In one form or another, we had been living by a faith and little else. No. I agree, but yet there's nothing in my head. Imagine life without faith, so we'll just keep on reading. We don't need Dion's opinions today. So we're nothing left but pure reason. It wouldn't be life, but we believed in life. Of course we did. We could not prove life in the sense that you could prove a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. Yet there it was. Could we say the whole thing was nothing but a mass of electrons created out of nothing, meaning nothing, whirling on to the destiny of nothingness? Of course we couldn't. The electrons themselves seem more intelligent than that. At least the chemist said so. Hence, we saw that reason is in everything. Neither is the reason, as most of us use it, entirely dependable. See, and you watched me go through it just now, how my reasoning in the beginning was not dependable. It wasn't there. Okay. I had to keep talking until the right words started coming out of my mouth. The right words. Okay. Right. So that reasoning in the very beginning for Dion usually is not, if I'm emotionally involved, then my reasoning is probably, it might be incorrect. Okay. Good chance of it. And I know that. So since I know that, and what are we really talking about? Well, that feelings aren't facts. That's what we're saying here. That's what they're talking about. Okay. Um, it can become dependable if we're willing to talk through it, if we're willing to be honest with ourselves and open minded that other people are going through things also. Though it may emanate from our best minds, what about people who prove that man could never fly? Yet we've been seeing another kind of flight, a spiritual liberation from this world, people who rose above their problems. They said God made these things possible, and we only smiled. We had seen spiritual release, but like to tell ourselves it wasn't true. Actually, we were fooling ourselves, for deep down in every man, woman, and child is a fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some for other it is there, for faith in a power greater than ourselves, and miraculous demonstration of that power in human lives are in fact as old as man himself. One more paragraph. We finally saw that faith in some kind of God was a part of our makeup, just as much as the feeling we have for a friend. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but he was there. He was much a fact as we were. We found the great reality deep down within us. In the last analysis, it was only there that he may be found. It was so with us. The unsuspecting inner resource, right? So, all right. Today, my choice is God. He is everything. For this, I am truly grateful. When I think I'm running the show, I'm blocking God from my life. I pray I can remember this when I allow myself to get caught up into self. The most important thing is that today I'm willing to grow along spiritual lines and that God is everything. When I was trying to quit drinking on my own, it never worked. With God in AA, it is working. This seems to be a simple thought for a complicated alcoholic. Yeah, I tend to make my problems a little bit bigger than they need to be. So to right size them, right? All right. Thank you everybody for being here. I know this one's a little bit shorter, but I don't have much. So I'm sorry for that, but um, it was a hard week, man. And this weekend, a lot of stuff happened this weekend, and I am mentally and spiritually drained. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.